Hello, welcome to my channel once again. Good day, guys. This video is all about the my last video audio I did. I told you how to patterns or strategical patterns you have to pick up your games from being sure, absolutely sure to the medium and not being sure. That's how you place your games. But this is another way of a systematically method of playing your games. All round, I can put it all round brainy or systematic way of playing your games. How do I mean? One of the functions there is that you have to check the capability of the teams on scoring goals, and I have to emphasize on over 1.5 and over 2.5. I have to emphasize on over 1.5 and over 2.5 in this game. I'm not doing any 1x, or you can do 1x, but I'm not doing any direct winning 1 or 2. I'm not doing one home winning outrightly or away winning outrightly or a draw. So this time is about over 1.5 over 2.5, possibly 1x or 2x. So these are the systematic way you have to do it. Now, number one thing you have to understand in these games is that one, check the clubs or the country that scores too many goals. They have the history of scoring too many goals. That's second. Second thing, check the pressure of that game. How pressure is that game? And thirdly, you have to check the capability of the strikers in that team. For example, Man City, Man City, Brighton. These are the clubs that have strikers. Arsenal at a point, even though Arsenal scores, we have Asaka and we have Eze. They have people that can score goals in that game, and we have other ones. If you talk about Marseille, Marseille has capability of scoring goals. So these are the things you have to put on doing that. Secondly, you have to talk about the defensive mechanism of those teams. Another thing, the defensive mechanism, that's where you can play other ones like choosing a particular team to play of that squad of scoring a goal. Okay, so that one will be later. I'll talk about that one. Then talk about the home factor, our away factor, how capable that is the home definitely is gonna be. So when the home factor, it means that home factor, for example, PhD and the Rennes. Home factor is good. When you talk about home factor, you find out that PhD is home. The capability of them scoring over 1.5 in this match is there. So over 1.5 is the least you can play, and you're sure you get it. Anything can happen in football. Don't misconstrue me. Then another one you don't have to play that might be so dicey a little bit. Benfica and Sporting. You know, this those even though these two teams knows how to score goals, but it's so dicey. This Benfica and Sporting. So with these points of mine I've said, let us practicalize it here. Let's talk about Oman and Morocco. Oman and Morocco, if you look at Morocco capability of scoring goals is there. They have good strikers that can do that. They have good defensive mechanism. So if the mentality there is that I feel that Morocco have to score one goal at least in this match, and if it's very possible that they have to score up to two goals in this match, so that will give you that momentum to say that Morocco definitely will have over 1.5 in this match, as in the match will be over 1.5 in this match. Qatar and Tunisia, you're not sure of it because Tunisia is not like Morocco that does very excellently well in scoring goals. Tunisia don't score too many goals. Qatar as well is not trustworthy. Is either you play it over, you can even go under in this match. You can go for under. You can go for you can go for under 4.5 in this match. Understand? Because there's no momentum of scoring goals. Brest and Monaco, high is the capability. Anyone that you're not sure, you go to stacks. Then you go to H2H and check whether you can. So if you look at it, you see that their last match 2-1, 3-2. So the capability of over 1.5 is here. This will guide you. But guiding you, you have to be sure of it. By going to H2H new, going to H2H is for you to detect the individual club sides, how they are capable of scoring. For example, the breast has good scoring capability as well. not too much, but they are trying. Now you talk about Monaco. Monaco has at least Monaco has to score. They have the capability of scoring at least one goal in a match, and Brest can even surprise you. So in that aspect, you can just go for it, based on these are the ways you put it up. Then I have talked about PhD. I think I have placed it here. That's the little. But PhD, if I were you, I'll go all round of over 2.5 for PhD because I envisage because if even if you go to stats, if you go to stats, you understand that PhD, their games is always over the board. The recent games, you always focus on the recent game. This is 4-1-3-1. And also, you can also go back to the table and to check where Rennes is. See, Rennes is doing well, absolutely very well. So, now another indication I wanted to do is that since Rennes is doing absolutely very well, it's so dicey to put it over 2.5. That's my own point. It's so dicey. And any close gap is so dicey to make it over. It's possible to enter. So rather, I'll go for over 1.3. That's another indicator you have to, believe in. Now, Laurent and Leon. Laurent and Leon, if you check their statistics, Leon is capable of scoring goals. They are good. Laurent, I don't know, but if you look at the table first, you see Leon is good. But if you go to the H2H, I know this Leon is good in scoring goals. That's what I know. That's one thing I know. Laurent, I don't know. But the recent games, there's no recent game. This ended in 2024. So anything that goes on 024, look at it. This is their recent games, which is not good at all. It's not good. Okay, it's not good for me to play. So it's not something that you can, put up. Then let's be going Porto. Porto, as for once you have a team, another indicator is once you have a team that has maybe that is very high, the gap is too much. Over 1.5 is sure that it will enter. Okay, it's sure. Even over 2.5 is an indicator because that's where you get it. Understand? Now, even if you go to the H2H, understand? Even if you go to the H2H, it gives you, see what I said. So this is automatically over 2.5. This is how you can place it. Now, Aston Villa, I know many of you will be thinking, now, this is where it goes real. Based on what I talk about, brainy and a wholly statistical way of playing over 1.5 and over 2.5. Aston Villa is goal machines. They have they can score goal against Arsenal in this match. Don't be surprised they can score goal, but Arsenal also goal machines. They can also score goals. But between them, when two Lions meet like that, we know that Arsenal is the better team here, but Aston Villa is at home. So what do you do? Over 2.5, it will be a rugged match. This kind of match is a match you play corner kicks over 7.5. This is the kind of match you give an extra maybe one times, but one times and two times doesn't work in this match. So what works in this match is corner kicks, giving a team a goal. You can risk, if you're a risk taker, you can give Aston Villa a 0.5 in this match to win. 0.5 not to win, 0.5 to score is 0.5. That's at least one goal in this match. These are the kind of match you do that. This is the kind of match you go all way and go for over 1.5 because it's very certain that Arsenal will score goal in this match. It's very certain that Aston Villa will score goal. So I don't know of over 2.5. Over 2.5 is an indicator. It's possible. But there's another indicator here. Another indicator is that if you're not sure of something, look at the odds. If you're not sure, look at the odds. Now, they said over 0.5 is 1.07, over 1.5 is 1,000. If you look at this, over 1.5 is a little bit high. So the odds will help you further on and say, okay, if over 2.5 is up to 2 point something, it means that this match might not end over 2.5. It might go over 1.5. That's an indication for that. So let us leave it at over 1.5. Now, Bournemouth and Chelsea. Chelsea will come out outright because when you talk about the holistic statistical way of playing your games, you check on the previous games they have played. You know the players that are not available, like Cosedo is not available. That really affected Chelsea last game against Leeds. Now, Bournemouth is not a team you play with. Don't joke with Bournemouth. Bournemouth is very good. They are very tactical. They are very good. They are very good. So in this case, if you say that Bournemouth to win Chelsea, you might be right. One times always work in this match. If you're a risk taker, you can say Bournemouth one times. You can risk taker, you can go around and say Bournemouth will score at least one goal in this match. So these are what things you have to. But Chelsea will want to make a point. That's why I said under this you have to think and say, okay, Chelsea will have to pressurize in this game. Definitely, Chelsea will come around to prove haters wrong. They'll come around to prove the fans wrong that they are capable. They're not capable of winning matches. At the same time, you should put it that Chelsea will score goal. These are the kind of games you put under corner kick over 7.5, and it is clear that Chelsea will score goal in this match. But don't take it away. A home factor of Bournemouth will take it. So to me, these are the kind of games I'll play. Now, if you check the odds here, odds will always guide you. Now, if you look at compared to the Arsenal one, the odds is, you see, the 0.5 is very small, the 1.5 is lower, and the 2.5 is lower. That will give you an indication that over 2.5 will definitely work in this match. Now, Everton and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest has a capability of scoring goals. Everton has a capability of scoring goals, but Everton do more of defensive work. So that's another thing. You have to study the team. The Everton can score, but they'll always do more of defensive work. So at this time, don't be surprised this match might not have over 1.5, or it might have, or it definitely has to have under. I see it as an under. Now let me check the odds to prove my point. Let's check the odds to prove my point. Now when you check the statistics, you see, it's very low. This is what I'm saying. Now when you check the odds, okay, look at the odds. Even though the odds is too much, see, we need to look at the odds. So meaning that here is the two over 2.5 here is too high, 2.16. So if you play it, you might lose it. So it is better you go for over 0.5, or even go for under 4.5 in this match. That's my, well, you can go for over 4.5, but I'm not playing this match because it's risky to play. Man City and Sunderland. Man City will definitely score goal in this match. Don't be surprised Sunderland will score. These are the kind of games you play over 2.5. If you look at it, you see that the odds over 2.5 here is small. You see that over 2.5 here is small. That's an indicator to let you know that over 2.5 is sure here. Okay, and being an intelligent person, you also know that Man City might score up to 2 goals in this match. That doesn't mean that Sunderland will not score. Sunderland will score, but I see it that Sunderland will defend with all their lives in this match, and that will cost them. So that's how you put it on. Newcastle and Burnley. Burnley has not been doing well in recent times. So now here you look at Newcastle. This kind of game, you check the table. In this kind of game, you check the table. This is where you check the table, and when you check the table, you notice that Newcastle is 19th. Burnley is 10. Burnley would want to go off the radar. Burnley would want to go off the radar. So if they win this game, they might come on the 17th. But Newcastle has 19, 20, 21, 3 games. So if they win this match, they go to 10th, or they move right away to 9th. So this kind of game, Newcastle is always, and they score too many goals. The odds will let you know over 2.5. I'll play over 2.5 based on the odds and not. So Tottenham Brentford. This game is very dicey. Mostly it ends in draws, and this kind of game is very dangerous to play over 2.5. So you rather not play it because Brentford is good side. Tottenham want to prove their point. This is the kind of game you play corner kicks over. Leeds and Liverpool is dicey as well. Leeds will want to maintain their performance, and Liverpool want to stress up. So to this, I wouldn't like you to play over 2.5 in this game. This game might end based on the odds, over 2.5 might work, but it's rather better to play over. So these are the things you have to understand. Please subscribe to my channel, and ciao, ciao, ciao.